This video is on importing a data file into R from Excel via RStudio. Now the file that we are importing is a data frame called patient data, and here it is. Got 10 observations across 7 variables. Now the last variable we need to talk about before we go to RStudio. This last variable, pre-ex-con, is whether or not the patient has pre-existing conditions. Now the answers will be yeses and nos, but I've coded yes to be 1 and no to be 0. So what's going to happen is that R is going to look at this and identify the variable pre-ex-con as a numeric variable. But actually, the values are yeses and nos, so it's a character variable. So this is something we're going to have to fix upon importing that data frame into R. So let us now hop on over to RStudio and see how this is done. So we are in RStudio, and we need to import that file. There are a couple of ways you can do that. You can go to File, go down to Import Datasets, find from Excel, or you can go to the Environment window, Import Dataset from Excel. Either way works out the same. Now when you click that, you'll see a dialog window, Import dialog window. So here we don't have an URL, so we go to Browse, and we find that file on our computer. It's on my desktop. It's called Patient Data. So a couple seconds, and you'd see it appear right here in this window. But now we go down here and make sure everything is okay. This is a name. If you want to call it another name in R, you can change it down here. This is a default sheet. This is a range. Everything's okay. Max row, we have nothing to skip. However, the NA, if you look here at the second observation under age, you'd see there's no value, just 3 hashtags or pound signs. This means the data is missing. You have some missing data in this variable. So we have to tell Excel whenever it comes across those 3 pound signs to interpret that as a missing data, and it will insert an NA. So we put 3 pound signs there, so to sort of give R the heads up to look for that and interpret that as missing data. So everything is fine here. So the next thing we do is go up here and make sure that the variables are of the correct type. Now surname is a character, sex is a character, age is not a character. Age is actually a numeric variable, but because this here, R will interpret the whole thing as character. This sort of messed up the whole apple cart. So we have to go this little down arrow, click on it, and click numeric. Go to weight. Double is also numeric, but double is kind of a decimal numeric. We don't have decimals, so we just go to straight numeric. Days of treatment, numeric. Response is not a character. R's interpret this as a character, but actually it's a factor with 4 levels. So we have to change that within the R program. Pre-ex-con This is the one we're talking about. This is just this is a character, not numeric. So we have to check this, check character. So everything is okay except response, which we will fix with code on the inside. So now what we do is we highlight the code in this box down here. You click copy to the clipboard, then you click import. And that will import that file, that data frame, right here into R. So what we have to do now is change the response to a factor. And before we do that, let us try str structure of the patient data. It will give us information on each one of these 7 variables. And here they are. Character, numeric, character. The only thing that we need to do is change the response. Instead of character, it's a factor with 4 levels. So we do that with code. Remember, we have to rename the column. This is a new name we're going to give to the fixed variable column. It's the same name. It's nothing different. This is the data frame, patient data. $ is what helps you to access the variables, and response is the variable. So this is the new name we're giving it, which is really the same name. So here now you use the as dot factor function, and within you put, what are we changing? We're changing the old patient data $ response. So what are we changing? We're changing the response variable or column in the patient data frame, and the $ sort of accesses that column. So what we do now is just click that in. So when we put this or str function with the patient data, you're going to get now the response as a factor with 4 levels. And that's what we want. So everything is the way they should be right now. So this is how you simply import a file from Excel into R using RStudio. Remember, the important thing is to make sure our variables are of the correct type. And if there's any missing data, then you have to notify R, so it will change whatever we use for a missing data symbol. In this case, it was 3 pound signs. So now right here, R has found the 3 pound signs and it's interpreted, it's inserted an NA, which is the missing data in its place. So this is how you do it, and this is the end of our video, and we'll see you in the next.